Hospital. He's unconscious and asks a nurse to draw his blood. The policy at the hospital is to not draw blood without consent or a warrant, so she refuses, and the officer grabs her, brings her outside and locks her in a car, arrests her essentially.
Brad, I'm just putting on speaker so you can. So I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay, this was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest, and neither of those things. The patient can't consent. He told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all. So.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Am I fair to surmise that?
Alex, you're not representing the person in the hospital. You're just yeah. I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing. Why are you blaming the messenger?
She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Like you're making a huge mistake because you're threatening a charge.
Okay.
Oh, please.
No, we're done. No, we're done. You're under arrest.
Hey.
We're done.
Sir, I had to do
Hey. Hey.
Stop me, man!
Hey.
You're assaulting me! Stop! Stop! I've done nothing wrong!
I have this man administration.
I've done nothing wrong! Take my phone! What is happening?
Hey.
This is crazy! This is crazy!
Hey.
Why is he so angry?
I'm leaving. With her.
Tell Brad what's happening. I'm leaving in the trip.
That's your option. He will be taken in. Okay? So, take your number, please.
I have hospital administration coming. They can talk to you.
Sir.
You can talk to him. Let him take her to the car.
Then walk.
No, I don't think that's wrong. Stop! You're hurting me. Holding me, please. I can't believe it. What is happening? What is happening? Brad, what is going on?
Alex, calm down, okay? Calm down. So I'm trying to get administration in here right now. I'm trying to get a hold of the Perfect. So right now,
I'm about ready to say you did. Get it as much command.
A cop who detained a nurse who was simply doing her job will now face a criminal investigation over her unlawful arrest. University of Utah nurse Alex Wubbles released a shocking video to the public on Thursday showing her detention, in the hopes of preventing a similar incident from happening again. After the video went public, prosecutors called for a criminal investigation and Salt Lake City police put Detective Jeff Payne on paid leave Friday. "This cop bullied me. He bullied me to the utmost extreme," Wubbles said in an interview with the Associated Press. "And nobody stood in his way." Wubbles, a former Olympic skier, was working as the charge nurse in the hospital's burn unit the night of July 26 when veteran Salt Lake City police det. Jeff Payne came in to get vials of blood from a patient. The patient, a male truck driver, had been brought in unconscious earlier after crashing head-on with another driver who swerved into oncoming traffic while fleeing from police. But because the truck driver was not a suspect in the crash, and likely wouldn't face charges, Payne didn't have probable cause or a warrant to take the blood from the patient, who was in a coma. The video shows Wubbles calmly explaining the hospital's policy to Payne, while he gets increasingly impatient and threatening towards her. In the nearly 20-minute clip, Wubbles calls several of her supervisors to confirm the policy, but Payne won't take no for an answer. Eventually, Payne snaps and tells Wubbles that he's arresting her. She's going to jail, Payne says. Why? A hospital staff member asks. Interfering with a criminal investigation, Payne replies. Wubbles then lets out a cry as Payne charges after her and then drags her outside where he pushed her against a wall and starts putting her in handcuffs. Stop. I've done nothing wrong, Wubbles cries. This is unnecessary. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why is he so angry? She continues. Payne has a heated discussion with two hospital staff members before pulling Wubbles over to his car and putting her in the back seat. Wubbles was held there for about 20 minutes before Payne let her go. She was never officially charged with a crime. Wubbles says she has no plans to sue the police department, but she wanted to release the video so this situation never happens again. I think right now, I believe in the goodness of society. I want to see people do the right thing first, and I want to see this be a civil discourse. And if that's not something that's going to happen and there is refusal to acknowledge the need for growth and the need for re-education, then we will likely be forced to take that type of step. But people need to know that this is out there, she told the Deseret News. The only job I have as a nurse is to keep my patients safe. A blood draw. It gets thrown around there like it's some simple thing, but blood is your blood, it's your property, Wubbles told the Today Show. Salt Lake Police Sergeant Brandon Shearer said that Chief Mike Brown has seen the very alarming footage. Shearer admitted that the department's blood draw policy hadn't been updated, but that they are now working to educate all officers on the current policy. Payne is still on active duty, but he was suspended from the blood draw program and an internal investigation is ongoing. Perhaps even more concerning is a comment Payne is heard saying on the video to another officer. Talking about his other job as an ambulance driver, Payne says, "I'll bring him all the transients and take the good patients elsewhere." Wubbles was civil when asked what she would like to see happen to the officer. "I think he needs some serious training," she said.